This is how to protect someone from the evil narcissist. I wanted to begin by expressing my gratitude for your time in watching this video. In case you're a visitor from the future, I should tell you that the narcissist is the only topic we discuss. I wanted to take a moment to express my appreciation for your unwavering support since our organization's inception. Narcissistic identity clutter is not typically characterized by negative emotions like anger. A chemical imbalance or head trauma could be the cause of the problem. Regardless, narcissistic seethe covers a broad spectrum of actions, from explosive outbursts and shocking flashes of rage to passive-aggressive behaviors like stewing resentment. Whether or not the narcissist's attention is being diverted from more pressing matters, they may explode in rage if they are unable to devote undivided attention to whatever they deem important in the manner in which they see fit. If a narcissist feels ignored, it can trigger a dangerously aggressive reaction, or greatly passive-aggressive. Seeing their perfect image of themselves shattered like that is upsetting. If narcissists are those who place the utmost importance on how they appear to others, how can this be the case? Now, I would like to discuss the effect a narcissistic harm can have on a narcissist. In that case, what have their initial thoughts been? What exactly is wrong with them? Narcissistic wounds can come in many forms. At each stage, a broad range of outcomes is possible. But I'll talk about the worst narcissistic harm and how they'll probably react to it. Narcissistic injuries, also called injured inner self, are emotional wounds that erode the narcissist's sense of self-worth and dignity. What usually happens when someone attacks someone's false identity is how a narcissist reacts could also be affected by the severity of the injury. And yet, regardless of how severe the injury, they always respond the same way. As an overview, here is how a narcissist typically responds after suffering a narcissistic injury. A downpour of wrath has buried their shame and the shattered remnants of their once-held nobility. The narcissist ends up preoccupied with obtaining because of this. Narcissists are incapable of forgiving wrongdoing, no matter how extreme. They are now past the point of genuine forgiveness. In this way, even if they claim to have done so, it doesn't matter. They are already plotting how to get you to say yes. The scandalous spread campaign is their preferred mode of discipline, and it can be carried out in either secrecy or in plain sight. If a narcissist has insulted you fairly, they may try to make amends by acting nice and charming. I'm not referring to the lifetime criticism campaign when I say that narcissistic harms can push the narcissist to even more extreme behavior. Moreover, it is possible to knock a narcissist off their feet with a blow from which they will never recover. They've recently opened their eyes, and now that they've realized who or what they are, they're overcome with regret. Several factors can push narcissists to their breaking point, all of which center on the narcissist's greatest source of pain. These interactions are precisely what a narcissist needs to reopen all the wounds in their fragile psyche. In this video, I went into detail about the 3 things that set off a narcissist's torture: giving in, putting on a show, and being insulted. Those who can use all 3 of these tactics simultaneously to damage a narcissist's ego will do so at a greater rate. The narcissist will then either avoid this person at all costs out of fear, or become obsessed with destroying them. If the latter is true, then hopefully they will do the right thing and take a close look at the person who hurt them. Narcissists can no longer pretend otherwise, and must admit that the other person is someone they dislike. If they can kill them fairly, that would be ideal. Those with extreme identities, such as narcissists, are particularly vulnerable to the destruction brought about by a narcissistic harm of this magnitude. Depending on their current mood, a narcissist may engage in greater or lesser activity. It is possible that their anxiety has led them to believe that there is nowhere to go. They are more likely to try to cover up what happened by running away and acting as if nothing happened, even if they do eventually admit fault and seek medical attention, which seldom succeeds. If the narcissist's hatred for the victim is so intense that it cannot be rationalized, the narcissist may resort to extreme measures such as cursing or reviling the victim, or hiring a hitman to kill them. Nothing would stop a narcissist from getting someone else to do their dirty work for them without any repercussions. When a narcissist is harmed, their shallowness becomes more apparent. They may pretend to be a victim to gain sympathy, but this is merely a ploy to distract from their true intentions. But if you're a pro, you'll quickly zero in on what's wrong and how vicious their animosity really is. They'll tell you everything as they see it, straight from their own eyes. Many painful emotions flood a narcissist's mind and body when they feel hurt. Feelings of dread, rage, scorn, and shame are among the most frequently encountered. This only feeds the narcissist's inherent cynicism. A narcissist can't take being insulted, embarrassed, and given up on all at once. It's irreparable, as is the case with all narcissistic harm. Narcissists are made to feel worse and worse about themselves with every put-down they receive, making them hopeless and unpleasant company indeed. If a narcissist doesn't get their way and exacts revenge, they may go insane or violent. Narcissists have no interest in making amends or making up for past transgressions. The older they became, the less likely they were to let go of their grudges or disagreements and to ever change for the better. If you have emotionally wounded someone, you should leave them to their own devices. Anyway, I think maybe just found a little bit of respect in this video. Give me a specific example of a time you hurt a narcissist's ego and describe the other person's reaction. If you agree, I would enjoy seeing you again in the near future. Fill out the box below with your thoughts or questions. Click the bell icon to subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed this video and wish to see more like it in the future. Gratitude for your consideration is beyond words.
Hello, welcome everyone. Narcissistic identity clutter is a broad spectrum of action, from explosive outbursts and shocking flashes of rage to passive-aggressive behaviors like stewing resentment. When a narcissist feels ignored, it can trigger a dangerously aggressive reaction and a negative impact on their internal self. Narcissistic injuries, also known as injured inner self, can erode their sense of self-worth and dignity. Symptoms of an injury can include a downpour of wrath, a desperate need for forgiveness, and the spirit of shame and damage remains of their once held nobility. To cope with the situation, narcissists may try to make amends by acting nice and charming, or by continuing to plot how to get them to say yes. Narcissists are vulnerable to the destruction caused by narcissistic harms, which can push them to even more extreme behavior. Narcissists need to use three tactics. Narcissists need to use three tactics to harm their ego: giving in, putting on a show, and being insulted. Those who can use all three of these tactics simultaneously will either avoid or become upset with destroying the person who hurt them. Depending on their current mood, they may engage in greater or lesser activity and may even try to cover up what happened by running away and acting as if nothing happened. However, this rarely succeeds. Narcissists are driven by intense hatred for the victim, often leading to extreme measures such as cursing or reviling them. When they feel hurt, their shallowness becomes more apparent, and they may pretend to be victims of sympathy to distract from their true intention. This can lead to feelings of dread, rage, scorn, and shame, which can paralyze their inherent cynicism and make them feel worse and worse about themselves. Narcissists have no interest in making amends or making up for past transgressions and should leave someone to their own devices. This video provides an example of a time to hurt the narcissist's ego and describe the other person's reaction. Thank you so much for watching this video and have a nice day.